with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Now Lawrence.
And he will find his man on the outside. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain. And this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here. So they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
Now Jones. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. They stop short. Down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. A nice run there. 8 yards moves them much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Jones.
And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. He'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Now the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
On play action, Lawrence. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Now Lawrence on first down.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This will be from 49 yards out. And Santos yanks that one a bit. No good. Wide to the left for Santos. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
This defense for the Jags, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Looking downfield for Godwin, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's a give to Etienne. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. They'll run. It's Etienne. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 2nd and 1, Lawrence throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll get this off to Etienne. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this down to the 35.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. It's a throw again is Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with Etienne. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They're able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And the Jaguars are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up first and goal.
Touchdown! A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Take it in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2nd and 11.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it in.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
They go play action now. Lawrence. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Lawrence. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. Now the ball comes loose, and the Jags grab it. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run with Etienne and trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Here's Lawrence.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Set. 60 out, ball.
What's tight? Tight ends way. What's tight?
Hey, 2.
We got 3. We got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Right there, Chenault for the Jacksonville touchdown. Laviska Chenault.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he'll get into the end zone. So that pushes the lead up to 4. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
On play action, they'll throw. Steps away. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
On 1st down, Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Ugo Amadi there to make the tackle.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field, but if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead.
Next score, Buccaneers 17, Jaguars 14.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars 17. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Eluding the pressure right.
He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And out across midfield down to the 45. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there. Turned it into a really nice game.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Hey, seam 6. General West.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
Sliding out of the pocket. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now Lawrence. Able to complete this to Chenault.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on the catch and run.
With that down and distance, no real surprise they decided to throw the ball. But I think where the surprise kicked in, the result. Short pass downfield. That ball got taken for a nice journey to turn into a big play.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Touchdown, Jaguars! A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Jaguars have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First downs. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. He's at the 30. 10.
Oh, my
touchdown, Tampa Bay. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
Now the try here for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Buccaneers 31, Jaguars 20.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. If following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. In your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead to more issues.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And finally out of bounds just inside the 10. It's a big play for the Jaguars.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Now Lawrence to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Buccaneers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. They'll set up to throw. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning If he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as well. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. Boy, 192 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those master.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Point after, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Buccaneers 38, Jaguars 20.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Chris Godwin.
His first touchdown on the year. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Buccaneers 45, Jaguars 20.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
On second down, it's Jones.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He's going to try and go deep again. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. A final shot now for Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one has gone as time has run out on this ball game. A big